Good morning. This is Margaret at the University of Sewing and it's Facebook Live. So May is a very interesting month, along with it being probably the prettiest day we've had in weeks. It's absolutely gorgeous outside and it's supposed to go up to 75. It is a wonderful day for a road trip. I think you should come visit us. And if you are thinking about Longarms at all, May is the month to do it. Bernina has got an extraordinary deal going on for our Longarms this month. And so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about some of that. But some of you already own a Bernina Longarm. You have it with Humatic. I know who you are. You are wonderful customers. And I want to make sure that I remind you guys of a wonderful quality thing that you get with your Longarm when you buy it with Humatic. Now, the Humatic system is the computer system that will run the Longarm for you, and it will actually, you can create all kinds of designs. It's very strong, very creative. And so what I've done here is I put just a little box of designs up that I thought would look pretty for you today. And I want to show those of you who are wondering about this art and stitch that comes with your Humatic. How does that all work? So we're going to just do a really quick sample of this.
Before we do that.
Oh, we have to do our giveaway. I forgot about our giveaway. Okay, you guys are so sweet. You have been sharing us, and wait till you see how many people now are watching us on YouTube. We're getting all kinds of views on Facebook. And it's because of you. You share our Facebook videos, and then when we put them on YouTube and so forth, you guys watching them and just you're making our business very successful. And we want to give back to you. So each week when we do Facebook Live, we give something away. But you have to do something for this lovely prize. Now, this is a Sally Tomato Ferris belt bag, and it's like a fanny pack. Okay, we all wore fanny packs once upon a time, but now you can make a fanny pack and make it actually go with your wardrobe. We have some gorgeous canvases that you can use, and I am going to give this pattern away so that you can make your own. So what we've got here is the Sally Tomato Ferris fanny pack, and it will be our giveaway today. What you have to do, though, is you have to go right now and hit share. And that's, at the bottom of your Facebook feed, you'll see that there's a button you can hit that says share. What that does is it shares it with your friends and family who see your feed, and they'll see us, hopefully, and maybe they'll be inspired to do some quilting or make some clothes. We do all these things here, and we want you to be part of our family. So go ahead and hit share and go ahead and do that. Now you have to do it within 24 hours of us putting this video out. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside, and we're going to get back to talking about this really cool Humatic thing. Okay, so look at this. So right now I have this red box is what is called the safe zone. And what that means is that's where the computer knows that it can safely sew. And what I did is I went over here into my library and I picked some various designs. I could pick this design right now. You have to double click it. It goes into there. I close this and it shows up in my design center. So all these designs were things I was thinking about and playing with. And if I wanted to use this design right now, I double click it. There it is. It's going to pop up on my screen. And now I could do things with this if I wanted to. Now, if I decided I hit that incorrectly and I didn't want to do that, it's red right now. So all I have to do is hit my trash can and it's gone. But now I have this really cool design and I want to put something different in here. Now, you get a lot of designs in the design library. I believe there's somewhere in the neighborhood of a couple hundred of them. But what if you want something different to put in here than what's in your design library? You have another option. you can click on Art and Stitch. It opens up, and then I can hit my library and Art and Stitch. Now that's going to be our blue star. And look at these designs that can come up. I have a drop-down menu. I have blocks. I have, check this out. These are all blocks that I can potentially quilt. So I'm going to go back to my feathers because I had one in particular I wanted to play with today. So I'm going to hit that one. It shows up in my Art and Stitch program. But now what I'm going to do is we have to click on it. Now, the order is you hit the blue star, you click on the design you want by pressing on it, then you come back over here and you hit the little arrow, and that will get your box around here, or else you can just click on the design and that'll get the box around there. You have to have the box for it to be able to you have to do things with it. So now what we're going to do is we are going to hit this little squiggly line. What that just did is, oh, wait a minute, let's see here. What that just did, and I'm looking for my bottom. I don't know why I'm not seeing my little bottom area here. So I am not seeing it. Well, what I can tell you is that particular design that I just used, and you know how this goes. You guys have been here before. We're going to bring that all back up again. Okay, we'll just start over again. So we're going to click on our design. There it is. It's got a box around it. And now what we'll do is we'll hit the little squiggly line. And what that will do is that will put stitches in place now. Now, usually what I see on here, and I'm not sure why I'm not seeing it, but I'll bet you Alice knows. And I can ask her. So we're going to zoom out. There we go. And normally what happens is you can see this, that there's a little line down here and a little bar, and it shows you that actually created the stitches. The squiggly line actually says, now I'm going to stop being a piece of artwork. I'm going to be a stitch design. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit the little Bernina tool up here, and it is going to send it after I go ahead and give it a name. Let's see. Feather. Oh, well, come on. Feather. And I'm going to put a T on the end of it so I know it's my little test. So I'm going to save that. And there's the design right there. Now, the cool thing is, this is ready to be used in my design up here. All I have to do, I can click on that. I can change its size and just check that off. Now I can move it up here and I can put it right there, and then I can duplicate it and I can put another one, and I'm going to make one more so that I can fit it in here, and it's a little big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch that, and I'm going to link it to this one, and then I'm going to link it to that one, and we'll go ahead, and I'm only linking it just so I can make it the size I want. So I've made it the size I want. I put it in the center there, and then I can unlink everything, and now what it'll do is it'll go ahead and be set up and ready to go. But did you realize that it's that simple to take a design from Art and Stitch and put it onto your Q-matic? Those of you who have them, I hope that's a helpful exercise. We're going to cut that out. We'll make it a demo that we will use. And we are going to go ahead. I want to make mention, we were at the Longarm, the Pro Frame. And at the Pro Frame right now, if you go ahead and you buy a Longarm, that Q24 or a Q20 with the Pro Frame, you are going to get a free $4.75 along with its carrying case. And you know what? You're going to be able to get those two things for free. Do you know what? That is almost a $4,000 deal. So very cool, very nice. You can get that. We have a lot of other things. Maybe that one is not in your price range right now. But remember, you can always purchase it without the Q-matic initially, and then we can always add the Q-matic later. And a lot of people don't realize that. You don't have to buy those two right up at front. So, next thing we're going to talk about, though, is this deal. Check out what we've got right here. We've got a Q16 on a 10-foot studio frame, and it normally would retail for $11,999. Guess what? Right now, you can get that same machine for $8,999. I'll bet you didn't realize you could get into your Longarm for under $10,000. And this is on a frame, guys. Now, we've got it set up on a 5-foot frame. Don't be misinterpreting what's going on here. If you don't have the room for a 10-foot frame, a 5-foot might be the perfect thing for you. And the thing that's so absolutely wonderful about the frame is that this head you can move and sew just right there as you want. Now, I will tell you that if you want to get the Q20 and you want to get a Q20 with a 10-foot studio frame, you can do that and you will get a free $475 with that. Isn't that amazing? So let's move on over here for a second because I want to go ahead and show you the queen of tables. If you want to be able to sew on a Q20 on a lift table, look how high this goes up. Obviously, probably higher than I need it, but amazing as it is just so lovely that what you're going to get here, you're going to get this lift table. You're going to get a $475 as a gift for you. Again, the $475 is almost $3,000. What a deal. So you get this whole package right now. And this goes up and down so I can sit at it or I can stand at it. And if you look right here, now we're going to lower it. What a sweet thing is this. I can have it go ahead and be at whatever height I want. And if you weren't aware of it, you should be because you should have gotten our emails. But if you're not, the red chair is on sale. Did you know the red chair is on sale?
I didn't. No.
So we've got the red chair on sale. We have got this beautiful setup on sale. Look at that. Now I am ready to do my, with all this room, I can get whatever big size quilt I want on here. So, and I love this wraparound. I wish they did this for our sewing machines. That's really handy to have this wraparound. So there is a beautiful long arm in your future. I can hear it now. So I just want to make sure that you remember you can get your Q24 on a pro frame. You will get a $475 and a large suitcase to go with it. And you can get that deal, or guess what else we have, and I don't think we've talked about this yet. If you are looking for something you can put up, set aside, maybe take it down to your house in Florida. Maybe a Q16 on a foldable table is the perfect machine for you. Who would have ever believed you could get into long arming for $6,000? What a deal is that? So, things that we can do for you, so you know. The red chair is on 20% off, and boy, is this comfortable, guys. You will really love this chair. Our gripper rings are 20% off. Add a batting bar to your long arm, and you will get 20% off. Add dust covers for your sit-down Q16 or your Q20, and those are 20% off right now. If you decide to get the casters, you can also, and they only go on the pro frame. So if you decide to get casters for your pro frame, they're going to be 20% off. But I'm going to tell you a secret. You may not know this, but when you are looking at all this stuff for long arms, if you purchase one from us, the other things you choose to buy that day will be 20% off. So if you decide that maybe what you want to do is get yourself a quilt kit to start off with, you can get that for 20% off. If you decide that you want to get the casters, the laser light, all the other things that you think you need for your frame, you can get those for 20% off that day. So there's also a special deal happening with Bernina. You will get 0% financing from May the 12th through the 17th. So if you're thinking about this, this is a great way to finance your long arm. You can get that for 60 months, 0% interest. What a deal. We also have in the shop right now, we have a teak, Asian teak frame, a sit-down model of the Q20 on that. And we have a table for you that you can come in and see. And that expands out much. It will get very long, so you can put your quilt on that. Now, I'm pulling this up because I want to see what you guys have done. I know this is all you. So look at this. We now have over 3,000 viewers on YouTube, thanks to you guys.
And let's even mention the superstar there.
Our superstar is Denise. Look at this. She's talking her granny sampler sew along. We've got over 66,000 views. Can you imagine? All of this is because you guys have responded so positively. You've encouraged us to do more things that are really important. And so I want to make sure you realize how much we appreciate you. So come in for a demo on the Longarms, see what it is, see if it's maybe right for you. We actually have, I'm going to go grab this real quick. We actually have a mat. So if you're thinking that you might want to do a frame, but you're not sure your space can accommodate it, come in. We're going to go ahead and sign you out a mat. You need to bring it back, please. But you can sign out a mat. You can roll it out at home. You can check out and make sure it's actually going to fit in your house. And then you will know what size, because like the Pro Frame, it comes in 9 feet or 12 feet or 13 feet. But the actual space you need is about 10 inches more than that. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to go get a 10-foot frame, make sure that you have enough room. You need at least 11 feet for that to fit in there, and so that you can get around it. Because as you can see when we talk about the frames, there's stuff here on the sides, and you need to be able to get to the back of the machine at least enough that you can turn it on and off. Also, if you buy a 10-foot frame and you get either a Q16 Plus or you get a Q20, later on, if you want to add that computerization that I showed you with the Qmatic just a few minutes ago, you can add that to this. The other thing that you probably don't realize that you can do with a 10-foot studio frame, you can also use pantograph on it. So if you're feeling somewhat unsure about your free motion capabilities and you'd rather do a pantograph, you can always add the pantograph to your package right here. And guess what? If you do it this month and you do it with your purchase, you will get 20% off from us. So it's not one of the sale items that you will see on the flyers from Bernina, but that's what we do in here to help you out for being our customers, and we really do appreciate you. So I want you to know that that's the case. Tomorrow, you guys have to tune in. We have gotten in two of the really coolest collections of fabric we've gotten in a long time. The colors on one of the new ones from Northcott are just spectacular. They are just, they'll work for so many people, teals and blues, and it's just a very, very soothing collection. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we have that to show you. And that was on the quilt frame when I was playing with the Qmatic. So you kind of got a little bit of a little flash of that. So if you want to go back and watch this again and start from the beginning, and you'll see that quilt on the frame. I'm hoping to get that quilted pretty soon. And then it also comes with a cool tote bag. So that line is got 3 beautiful quilts that you can do from it. So we're going to have kits ready for that. And it, of course, is just the most gorgeous line anyway. And then you can also do a tote bag with it. And I'm going to show you a new idea for the tote bag, how you can get maybe a little more stable tote bag and how you might like to finish that off, either on your sewing machine or on your long arm. And then we're also got another line from RJR, which typically RJR's fabrics, I don't think of like this particular line. And they just hit it out of the park with this line. And just to give you a little hint, you should have seen it in the picture, couple of pictures in our email, and that line is just out of this world. That's all I'm going to tell you. So let's go back over here to the long arm for a minute. I want to show you, if you already have a long arm, I want to show you a new product we're selling. These are clips that you can put, because if you just float your top, what I typically do with my tops, I will attach my backing to my back bar and this top bar, and then I lay my batting over top, and then I put my fabric here. And then I baste across it. So let's go ahead, Dave, if you can for a second, show people how I've basted across here. See, I'm basting right there. So I baste it across the top and on the sides. And then what I do, I kind of get it reasonably tight. But then what I do is I put this wonderful clip on here. So we have these clips, they're called quilt clips, and you can find them on our website. And these fit the bars that Bernina has, because Bernina bars are bigger than some of the other long arms. And so this nice big bar, this will fit on there. And so you want to make sure you get the pink ones. If you've already got a long arm frame that's a Bernina, go ahead and do that. And I will tell you, the person who showed me this first was Sharon Beach. She's one of our customers, and she was so kind, and she loaned them to me while she went on. She was gone for the winter. They have a winter home, and they went there for the winter. And then when she came back, she had loaned these to me, and she was so surprised. She was here yesterday. I gave her back that nice loaner of these clips that she had loaned me, and I showed her how we're carrying them now. So wanted you to know that we have these lovely clips. It really makes putting the long arm, doing all of this, a much shorter time frame to load everything, and I can get quilting much faster. So everything on a Bernina long arm is up front, very easy to get to. And one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is that the Bernina long arms, they actually go ahead and use just a typical sewing machine needle. So you don't have to buy industrial needles and wonder if you have gotten your needle in correctly. Now, some of our customers are coming in and saying things like, I've been using a long arm at some other business and they let me rent it, but then when they find out they aren't going to have a specialty needle, that's a really big help, because that means that you're not just stuck with that particular deal. Also, I do want to point out that Bernina says they use an M-class bobbin, but they do seem to be unique to Berninas. So if you own a Bernina and you see other places carrying M-class bobbins, but they're not a Bernina M-class bobbin, please be extremely careful. I don't want you to purchase something that's not going to work for you. We do mastery classes on these machines on a regular basis, and we're now starting to add in our mastery classes for our Q-matic owners. So those of you who are thinking about purchasing this, you're thinking about taking your long arm, potentially going up to a Q-matic system, remember that we can set everything up for you. Dave and Aaron are just amazing, and they do a great job of taking care of all of this for you. So you will get it set up by us. You have us to make a phone call to, and we can pretty much do this for you anywhere in the state. So if that will help you, I hope it does. If you're not here locally, go ahead and ask your Bernina dealer to give you a demonstration, because I will tell you, once you use a Bernina, you will find that it works so much easier than a lot of the other machines out on the market, and you will really love it. So everybody, we're going to be here today. Tomorrow, we will start back with Facebook Live at 9:30, and I have those amazing fabrics to show you, so don't miss it. And I want you to know that and a gorgeous day like today is a perfect day for a road trip. So if you've been thinking about coming down to Bloomington, I hope you do that. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And we'll see you tomorrow.